Hello darlings, and welcome to Tammy and Tiaras, where I talk about mental health and living a positive life and coping with the elements of daily living. Here we are in Ballarat and winter is just about here. Tomorrow is the first day of winter, so this being the last day of autumn, I wanted to film in my autumn dress and just say hi. I'm just going to do a little bit around the garden today. I've got my beautiful crystal tiara on from Simone today, and Lucy I think is still on the bed. I'll just go and give her a call. Lucy, come on darling, come on, Mummy's doing some filming. Come on, Julie will want to see you, and so will Ahiranta. Come on sweetheart, come to Mummy, come on, pick Lucy up, come on darling. Oh, good girl, good girl. So I just went and grabbed a scarf because it's really chilly out here, and I'm just got to pick Lucy up. Come on baby, come on darling. No snarling today. Here she is, here's our Lucy. Because it's cold here in Ballarat and today's the last day of autumn, like I said, I do repeat myself, I'm sorry. I hope the sound will be okay with the wind, as I don't have a speaker. I must get one. I've bought two, but for some reason they make my phone hum, and all I heard was the hum when I used them, so I've got to get a different one. Oh, Lucy. Anyway, so we've already done the park and I've done my bike, so I'm feeling really good about that, because you've got to accomplish things first of all before the day gets away, don't you? So yes, as anybody who knows me knows, I love Ed Sheeran. I've followed him for a long time, and his latest album called Minus is an album that released his depression last year when he lost his friend and had lots going on with his wife. Anyway, he's got a song on there and it has in it, I need elements to remind me what's beauty and what's real. And it's true. It is so true. There's something about just feeling the weather, and that's what I'm going to embrace this winter, because you know I get seasonal affective disorder pretty bad, and I've got the light this year, so hoping that'll work. But at the same time, oh, her puffer jacket's just too big. You'll be tween sizes, aren't you, darling? Tween sizes. And so I'll see how that goes, but you really sometimes just need to feel that wind on your face, and even though the bizzle is there, not today, it's still good, isn't it? Just enjoy nature. So I'm going to be pottering around the garden today. I've got some bulbs I have to plant. They're my Millie bulbs that Jacinta brought me when I lost my beautiful Millie. So they have to be in June, so I'll plant them tomorrow, the 1st. Yes, we will. We'll plant them tomorrow. I've also got to go into my garden and get some lovely green veggies for lunch, and that will be lovely. But enough about me. How are you guys all going out there? Please leave me something in the comments to let me know. A special hello to my beautiful people Jojo and Julie and Judith, and not to forget Bianca or Ahiranta and Jose, and of course Anna Marie and my daughters who watch this as well. Thank you Jacinta and Simone. So I just love my people that comment, and it makes me so happy. I love to get to know you, because I mean we're all on this earth together, aren't we? It doesn't matter where we are in the world, we're here together and doing our own thing across the world. So it's just wonderful to be able to connect with people like this. I love it. So it's quite bright out here, believe it or not, considering that, you know, that it's dull, because everywhere I look it's very cloudy, but there is sun there. So that's a good thing. We have to look for the light in every day, don't we? Don't we, Lucy? So Lucy's become my cuddle companion, and she's much better than she used to be. She's not biting me at all. And I'm very pleased to say that. So that's really, really good. It does help that she has less teeth, I think. Oh, isn't it lovely to feel the wind in your hair sometimes? Yes, I know, Lucy. I know, it is lovely. You love it too. But she doesn't like the cold, wet grass, so she won't play on the grass at the moment, because this one is a bit of a diva, as you know. Oh dear. So it's been a really quiet week. I feel like I'm getting better from my fall. I'm still sore, but that's going to take another 3 weeks, the doctor said. But my speech is better, as you can tell. I'm not slurring as much and not as many gaps, which I'm very grateful for, because you don't realise how hard it is to speak sometimes. you know, I didn't realise words always came easy to me until I had that fall. And now I won't think about it, because if I think about it, there you go. I can't talk if I think about what I'm going to say, so it just has to flow. Yes, so I want to get some photos of the last leaves on the tree. My beautiful big tree here, the doodah tree I call it, has got, I think it's got a few leaves left on it, but not many. But there's one there that I will watch, because I always like to watch the last leaves fall, because when that last leaf falls, that means that spring isn't far away, because it's the new shoots that are pushing those old leaves off. And so when that last leaf falls, that shoot has gone that much further. So exciting things. It always takes longer to get to the tips, of course, because the life is in the ground, has to get up and go through the tips. I love the way trees talk to each other. I love the way they talk to me. I feel so at home in the garden, just sitting here, and even though it's cold, Bert and I will still sit out here and have a cup of tea and a scone. And oh, I'll tell you what I did yesterday, and it sounds ridiculous. I hadn't cooked a hot meal, and Bert said to me, he said, oh, I'd love a nice meal, you know, a nice meal with mashed potatoes and vegetables and gravy and chicken, and I said, okay, we can do that, darling, but he had to go to the doctor, so I said, let's have a hot lunch. Let's do it, hot lunch, easy tea. So I did the hot lunch, got it all done. Yes, got it all done. I made a small batch of scones, so Bert and I only had 2 each, but that worked out really well, and that was good. So we had a lovely hot lunch. Well, the kitchen was a disaster, darlings. Cooking makes so much mess. Oh my goodness. So I said to Bert, I said, I'm exhausted. I said, I'm just whacked. And I put the dishwasher on and I cleaned it all up, and somehow Bert had managed to drop some carrot on the floor, and I managed to tread on that with my Ugg boots. So I had to wash the bottom of my Ugg boots, and honestly, it was just so much work. I had to go and lay down on the bed in the afternoon, and I slept for a solid hour. Now, for goodness sake, if that happens from cooking a lunch, I can't believe it. I had 4 children. I used to cook a hot meal every single night. We never used to miss apart from birthdays. And yes, some meals were easy. Some meals might have been soup and a toasted cheese sandwich, but I cooked it. I prepared it. I set the table. Or sometimes, no, they would set the table quite often. But you know what I mean? And now, one hot meal and I'm whacked. Tell me if that happens to you guys if you cook. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please tell me. Love cuddling Lucy. Why wouldn't you? She's very nervous outside because with the wind there's, you know, rattles in the trees, and there's chimes, and there's lots going on. And the door's rattling a little bit, so I must get Bert to tighten that up because it does upset her. Do you want to go down and check it out? You go and check it out. Oh. So let's have a walk around the garden. Here's the leaf I was talking about. There's a leaf here. Hang on, I've just got to hang on to my crown and not squash my plants. I've got a leaf here that I'm watching. I've been watching it. Oh no, there it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. I'll have to turn the camera around so you guys can see. So I concentrate on a leaf, and every day I come and I check it. And this is the one I'm concentrating on at the moment. Oops, there goes the tiara. Also, over here, we've got some leaves over there as well. And they're pretty much, and then just 2 there, just over there, there's 2. That's all the leaves we've got left on this beautiful doodah tree. It's actually a weeping cherry tree, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it. I have a lovely basket of pansies here that are doing really well, and I turn them around as to which one's flowering the most and chop off the heads of the ones that have finished. So I've got to do some chopping on this side, but this side's looking spectacular. So that's the side on show ATM at the moment. I absolutely love this. To me, this looks magical. was Jacinta that actually pointed it out to me. She said, Mum, you've got to get some little fairy gnomes in that in that moss on this tree stump thing on my tree. So I'm going to be doing that at the miniature shop, and I'm going to get Bert to glue them on with some silicone. I could do it, but I mean, it makes him so happy to do things to help me. Look at it, look at the moss. It's just pure magic, isn't it? Magical. You just know that the fairies live in there overnight. I firmly believe in fairies and small folk, having seen a fairy when I was a child. Now, the fairy I seen was in Queensland when I was little. I was sure it was a fairy. But Mum said it could have been a glowworm or one of those glow spurk things. Debbie might remember what it was. But to me, it was a fairy. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. These are things I made through lockdown. Wasn't that lockdown awful? Oh, for goodness sake. We're so lucky to have our freedom, aren't we? So lucky. My pond's filling up. That's just from rainwater. Isn't that amazing? Right, so this is the veggie garden. Look at it go, guys. Look at it go. Haven't I done so well? Look. Look. I'm so happy. I've planted nasturtiums as well because they will attract the bees. I can't believe how it's come up. I've still got these pesky potatoes coming up. The thing is, I can't eat many potatoes, but anyway. But look at my coriander. Oh, wow. How's your garden going, Lisa? She's been travelling a bit, so I wonder how her garden's going on the back of her truck. She's amazing. Got little tomatoes on here, but I don't think they'll come to anything now. But they can be seeds for next year. But look at this. This is what I'm picking for lunch today. I'm having spinach and eggs. Oh, I love my garden. Now in here are all the daffodils that Anna Marie gave me last year. And they were actually coming up, and I thought, that's wonderful, but they shouldn't be coming up yet. So I've covered them with a bit more soil because I was worried they were coming up too early. Let's check out the front. Come on, Lucy. Let's check out the front. Let's check out the front. See, this one here takes ages to lose its leaves. Every year it's the last tree to get bare. That's the Prunus alvis, and that's the one that's covered in blossom in the spring, and I've got a photo of me standing in front of it. It's spectacular, but it hangs on to those leaves. We notice the last leaf goes off on the 1st of September. Let's see if it does again this year. Now I can see buds already on the rhododendron, so obviously the rhododendron's very happy. On this one, I can see buds already on that one. Oh, you see some weeding you need to do when all the plants have sort of lost their leaves. Look at the lilac. Can you believe the lilac? Hang on, I'll turn around. This is a lilac, and it has lost everything. Look, it's going to be spectacular though when it comes out. But see, now I'll go around and I'll cut off those things. There's always work to do in a garden. It keeps you growing, it really does. Our pear tree gave us beautiful pears this year. Yeah, they might have been funny shapes and all of that, but they tasted sure good. So I'm very pleased with this one here because this one here was a tiny snippet that I picked at Sovereign Hill because I used to work or volunteer at Sovereign Hill many years ago with the children, and we used to go up there. I must put a photo in there of us in costume. It was so much fun. And I remembered this plant from next to Davidson's because we were often in Davidson's cottage, and it smells so beautiful. It's got the nicest leaf and flower smell that even through the winter I can come out and pick it and pop it in a vase, and it still looks nice, and I just love it. It just smells beautiful. But I'm so happy because I've put other little bits in and they've taken off. They just love it. So I'm very pleased about that. This geranium here is very special to me People would say, why is it special to you? Why is it special to me? Oh, look at the flowers. Because it's a piece from my brother's garden in Tasmania. He had this geranium growing out the back, and I brought a piece back and I nurtured it, and look at it. It's just beautiful. I'm so lucky to have it. I love it. And I think of Philip and his family, and every time when it's flowering. And the thing is that, look at it. It's cold, it's wet, and yet it's still coming out in flower buds and bringing beauty. Isn't it lovely? I do love geraniums. A lot of people think they're weedy, but I don't. So everything's just growing so well, giving me flowers. This is another lilac here. This one my neighbour gave me from across the road, Anna, and I've popped it in there. And it will grow. It'll take a while. Lilacs are very slow, but it's got the most beautiful purple and white flowers. So I'm hoping it grows. And this little piece here is what the girl gave me from the Ballarat Council. It's a beautiful red geranium. Doesn't look like it's doing too good, but I will keep an eye on it, and I'll probably bucket it up over the winter so it's got some protection. This one I can get lost in now. It's so private. It's just beautiful. Isn't it lovely? Because to me, privacy is everything. You've got to have privacy in your home. Burt's mulberry tree is losing its leaves. Didn't have much fruit. Never as good as the one we had in Tate Street. So, yes, the garden's doing okay out here. I'm very pleased to see that. Things are losing their leaves as they should be. But look at this. I'll just have to turn the camera. This rose, I was really doubting whether it would grow. It's very old. I rescued it from a house that was where it wasn't looked after at all, a deserted house. And look, it's even got a little bud on it. It goes to show what can happen with a bit of love and care. So I'm very pleased about that. You see, my garden makes me very happy. It helps my mental health to get out here and check how everything's going. This is my Mr. Darcy rose, and obviously I need to deadhead it now, but that's another job that I'll have to put on one of my lists, because I'm pretty sure that just having done this today, talking to you guys, I will be whacked and I will need to have a rest afterwards. I'm taking this for Peter and Jojo. So I'm wondering if this is one of those troughs that they look for. Coming right in. Can't really read it. It's got a thing here as well. What that's for, I can't even lift it. Okay. Right. Bill's horse troughs. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's it. Over 500 were erected. Okay, so that's it. It is one. So Jojo and Peter, I've got this for you guys. For you, Peter. I'm going to take some photos of it now. So, what else has happened, Lucy? Oh, not a lot. Dang, Lucy. I forgot what I was saying. Come on, remind me. Come on. Go back to Ed's song. Elements to remind me. Come on, think. Cut. I have to stop. Thanks for coming for a walk around the garden with me. It's about to rain. I can feel it. It's starting to fall. So I'm going to go inside and make a nice cup of tea and sit down and recover a little bit from having talked to you guys. Please leave me a comment, like, subscribe. It really does help me and help me with my mental health, which was what I wanted this channel to be about. My daily life, living with mental health and living with my thoughts and my continual songs in my head. Ed Sheeran never stops playing at the moment, but yesterday I had Michael Hutchinson from In Excess, so it just depends on the day who I have singing to me all day. So I'm going to send lots and lots of love, and please leave me a comment from beautiful Ballarat, from Lucy and from I. Lucy has skedaddled inside because it's freezing. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see her. Bye guys, bye. Thanks for watching. Yes, that's Lucy.